Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god, it has been a very long time. Specifically, it has been a really long time since I have played this series. Hi. It's Simmer Rose. We're back again. I am so very sorry for my long absence. I said like over a year ago in a build video that I was going to start posting regularly again, and then I didn't. Um, I think I mentioned my mental health in that video as well, but my mental health tanked because, we're still living in a global pandemic and I wasn't performing, and it was really hard for me. And I was living at home. I still am, actually. And there was a lot of family stuff going on that I am not allowed to talk about, but it was very, very bad. Very bad. And it was really affecting my mental health, obviously. And then I actually finally got to go perform. I got to go to Colorado like I was supposed to the year prior, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And I was there longer than I was even supposed to be. They extended my contract. I got to do the Halloween show as well. So I was there from May 27th, 2021 until October 31st, 2021. And then immediately after that, I signed with a national tour. Nothing crazy. It was, a tour for kids. So I'm not, it's not like the tour of Mean Girls or anything, but God, don't I wish. And that was about 5 months, got cut short because there was a COVID outbreak among the company. I didn't get COVID then. I actually had COVID in December. All of my anti-vax cousins gave it to me on Christmas. I should have just stayed home on Christmas. I was going to, and then I didn't. So I was in Colorado for 5 months, tour for 5 more months, and I've actually been dealing with a lot of physical health things now because I have long COVID symptoms. I'm easily fatigued. My asthma has gotten worse. I have shortness of breath. I went to the pulmonologist and he was like, well, your lungs are perfect, so you should go see a cardiologist. And I was like, great. So maybe I have heart problems now. Who knows? So I'm trying to get all of that figured out all at the same time. I am submitting self-tapes like a mad woman for other jobs. I'm really heavily trying to work for Disney. I had a callback for Disney recently. I didn't get the job, but the more you submit for Disney, the more likely you are to get hired. So all of that stuff. And all that being said, I will continue to remain anonymous because online presence is something that Disney actually checks. So my real name, will never be attached to this channel. That being said, I realize that I have completely let my Patreon fall by the wayside, and there are literally like still 2 people paying monthly for my Patreon, and I'm so sorry to those people. I literally haven't given you any content. I don't know why you're still paying me. I would have stopped if I were you, but I appreciate that. I'm going to downscale my Patreon because I do not have the time to put into it that I wish I did. So it's just going to be $1 a month, and you get access to my screenshots because that's where I dump all of the screenshots that I take while you're watching me play. So $1 a month, you get screenshots, and I'll put your usernames at the end of the video on screen, give you shoutouts. So yeah, there's that. Or I'll read your names, depending on how many of you there are, whatever. But that's not the point. I just figured I should address that because a lot of people have been paying for that, and I haven't been doing anything with it. But I'm going to just downscale it because I don't have enough time to give it what it deserves. So I'm going to get rid of all the tiers except the one, and I'm just going to keep it at $1 a month. But anyway, hi! Welcome back to the Victorian Servitude Challenge! I can't promise how regularly I'm going to post, but I am unemployed. I am collecting unemployment because my tour was cut short. So there we go. I'm literally getting paid to be at home and submit auditions, which I am doing, and also I have time to play The Sims again. So here we are. Okay, so here is Miss Eliana, if you remember. She is our little sim with the little insane trait. So she's just she's neurodivergent, as it were. And so, okay, so this is the main house. This is the big house, right? So if you remember, there's a lot to remember, right? So let's take a look at that sweet, sweet family tree. All right, so we started with Emily Clark and Henry Clark. If we all remember correctly, Emily and Henry had their first son, Henry Jr. And then they had Eliana, who has the insane trait, who they hid not in the ceiling, in the attic, because they were ashamed. And then they had Peter, and Peter married his wife Caroline, and they took in Eliana, and Eliana has been living with Peter and Caroline. She no longer lives in a closet, Harry Potter style, and Peter and Caroline have Cassandra and the twins, Alexander and Edward, who were children. The last time you saw them, they aged up off screen without my even knowing. And I gave them makeovers, and they're all here. So, and then we have Sylvia, who ran away with a servant, Theodore, and they have their son, Arthur, and they live on that little tiny farm land thing that I showed you guys a bit ago. You'll remember that. And then Miss Marigold is Henry's bastard child, but nobody knows that except this family. So she's married to extremely rich and famous Don Lothario, who is much older than her, but he has no idea that she's a bastard. And they have 2 children, Charles and Philip. Now, back to Henry Jr. Henry Jr. married Miss Mary Ann Clark. Mary Ann is evil, 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 evil. She's a terrible person, we all know this. Their daughter, Molly, is also extremely evil. Molly was recently married off to Maximus. I believe they're trying to get pregnant. Whatever. But Mary Ann recently cheated on her husband with Mr. Antoine Dorsey, and I believe she has other romantic interests when I was looking in her profile, in her, relationship panel. Oh my god, and you know what's even funnier? This man is Henry's boss. So Henry's boss's son is who Mary Ann cheated on Henry with to create this bastard child, Christopher. So, if you remember from the last episode, there was a big blowout screaming match between Mary Ann and Henry. And I asked for your advice in the comments if they should divorce, if they would just sleep separately, if they would stay married, but Henry would kick her out. And I decided what I was going to do. So both of Mary Ann's parents are dead because these two are actually nearing elder age, which is insane. So she couldn't move back in with her parents, as somebody suggested, but that would be the thing to do. But I actually just had her move in with her daughter and her husband. So Mary Ann is no longer in this household, as you'll notice. But we also did say that Peter was going to be the head of this estate because Henry actually didn't produce a legitimate heir. So he was like, you know what, screw this, I'm going to give it to my brother. So this is now Peter's property. This is now Peter's estate. The master bedroom, as you can see, now belongs to Peter and his wife Caroline and their daughter Cassandra, who we need to marry off. And I believe we discussed this, but and I know it's gross and weird, but she is going to marry her cousin Charles Lothario, Marigold, and Don's son. Where is he? Right here. And I have a mod that, with certain settings, allows cousins to marry. And again, I know that's really weird and gross, but it is unfortunately incredibly common back then. Incredibly common. Especially for someone as rich as Don to want to keep it in the family. And when you think about it, Arthur and Cassandra actually share less genetics than you'd think, because Arthur's mother does not have the same mother as... Wait, Arthur's mother? Yes, Arthur doesn't have the same grandmother as Cassandra. They do have the same grandfather, but not the same grandmother. They think they have the same grandmother, but they don't. So maybe I'm making it worse. I don't know. But so they're betrothed. They need to meet, and we need to make that happen. These two just became teens. So they are just little baby boys. They just got to do good in school and all of that. That being said, they are twins, so we really don't know who is going to be Peter's heir now that they have this estate. We don't know who's going to be the heir to the estate, which is interesting. So maybe they have some kind of rivalry. I don't know. I think they're pretty good friends right now, but I don't know. I won't purposely ruin it, but... So there's all of that. Now let's review the servant family tree, I guess. So it all goes back to Miss Camilla, our dearly departed cook. She's been dead for a very long time. She started this series nearing an elder already. And so Camilla is Christian's mother. Amelia and Esther are our twins. Amelia was the nanny. Esther was the maid, and she married Christian, and they produced 5 children, which is crazy. We've got the twins, Benjamin and Theodore, 2 more twins, Clara and Ida, and then the little runt, Ruthie, who does not have a twin. She is the only non-twin in this family. So Benjamin ended up marrying Miss Isadora, which, if you remember, Lucia Cantarella is Isadora's mother, but Lucia came over from Italia pretending that they were sisters so that she wouldn't look bad. And Lucia also recently had Teresina Cantarella, her other daughter, I believe, I don't remember who it is, but she was sleeping with her then master. It's been a while since I've looked in on them. I've been with this house for a long time. So I actually even forgot about Teresina, I'm not gonna lie. She's a Libra like me. So that's their deal. They're one of the newer servants. They were really just introduced so that it wasn't just the Blair family, because I wanted to marry off the Blair boys to somebody. So Isadora and Benjamin are married, and they don't have any children yet. And they actually live on the Lothario property. Then we have Theodore, who is the servant that Sylvia ran off with. You already met their son, Arthur. Great. Then we have got Clara and Ida, who are actually both in this household. They are both still teenagers, as is Ruthie. So Ida, Clara, and Ruthie are both all still teenagers. They are now on this household. Clara, I can't remember. They all look very similar. Clara is not the cook. Ooh, Ida. Ida is studying to be the cook. So she is the cook. And Clara is the maid, and Ruthie is Christopher's nanny. And so there is only the one nanny in the house, so she's about to put him to bed. They're very sweet. They have a very sweet relationship. She's a very young teen still. Actually, no, she's not. I am a liar. She's the exact same age as Cassandra. Cool. They both have 7 days to age up. But they have a very close and very sweet relationship. But you can see that this baby is definitely not Henry's. That is a very olive-skinned, darker-skinned child. I wouldn't say he's brown, but he's definitely not Henry's son. So, and we forgot these 2, and by we, I mean me, 2 more servants that are important that I added to the story just because I didn't have enough servants to go around because nobody was of age yet. So this is Sadie. If you remember, Sadie is blind because of a difficult birth, and her mother passed during her birth. So that is Daniel, and Daniel's wife, Lilith, passed away, giving birth to Miss Sadie. Because she was actually an adult. She wasn't even a young adult. They totally got pregnant as a fluke. That was their first pregnancy that actually carried to term. And because she was so much older than typical childbearing age at that time, she passed. We rolled a dice or something, and I then dragged her hunger down because the dice killed her, which is very sad but very realistic. So we've got Sadie, who is our disabled blind sim, and her father Daniel, who adores her and is very protective because of the way that they lost her mother. And so, since Peter took over this estate, Daniel and Sadie, and I believe Ida and Clara were also on Peter's estate. They were Peter's servants, and so they came with them. And you'll notice that Amelia and Christian and Esther are not on this lot anymore. That is because I moved Esther and Christian in with Sylvia. Let me pull up the family tree so it's hard. It's a lot to keep track of. So let me pull up the family tree so you can see what I'm talking about. So Sylvia, okay, yep. So this is Theodore's parents, Christian and Esther. And so Theodore said that his parents can come move in with him. They're both very old. Camilla worked until she died. She didn't retire. She just was the cook until she died. And because they now have an excess of servants, because all the kids are getting older, all of the Blair children were like, you know what, Mom and Dad, go retire. Go have a good life. So they have moved into Sylvia and Theodore's little cottage. So there's that. And it's a shame that Emily has passed away. That was a new revelation in the last episode, that Emily passed away, because Emily and Sylvia never got to reconcile things, because Sylvia moving out and eloping beneath her station is what killed her father. He had a heart attack and died because of that. And Emily could never really forgive her for that. And we talked about them possibly reconciling, and now it will never happen. Because she died very sadly before it could happen. She died off camera. I didn't even see it happen. And I was very upset, if you remember, in the last episode. And I only know this because I just watched my own YouTube video, because even I didn't remember what went on, because I haven't made a video for this series in more than a year, maybe even more than a year and a half. But so Theodore's parents moved in to retire, and Amelia, the nanny, so bringing us to, being that this is now Peter's estate, Henry is going to move out. There are too many bad memories in this house. I mean, he's got all the bad moodlets. He's betrayed and upset, and he's currently taking a relaxing bath. It's making his fun go up a little bit. Before I hit play, his fun was like all the way down here. He had even worse moodlets, but now he's feeling a little bit better because he took a bath, and he's gonna complain about Marianne and speak poorly of Marianne to his brother, just like vent to his brother. I could have moved him out before I started playing, but I kind of wanted to have brothers vent to one another before I moved him out. But so I placed a little brownstone townhouse. Oh, look at them. Oh, goodness gracious. I do not even recall where I just was, because I stopped recording because my brother had been making me lunch during that first like 15 minutes, and it was ready, and I just ate and got Trader Joe's green tea lemonade. And I don't know what we were just talking about. They're really cute, is I think why I was zoomed in on them. He cherishes his girl so much. Oh, look at that baby. They're so cute. But yeah, he's gonna put her to bed. I think I was addressing why Henry is still here. Maybe. Oh yeah, I wanted him and Peter to vent and chat before Henry moved out. And Ruth just put Mr. Christopher to bed as well. But Christopher and Ruth and Henry are all going to move out. So, excuse me, I don't know if you noticed on my community tab, but I made a few posts. One, that I was going to come back, and then two, that right as I said I was going to come back, I lost my voice. So I'm still recovering a little bit from that. So I'm still a little bit phlegmy. So bear with me there. But in the comments of the last video, which I was catching up on when I was trying to remember my own series, people had, some opinions, and people said that maybe Christopher should go with Marianne wherever she ends up going. But somebody also wanted Henry to have a happy ending. And I agree. I mean, this guy has suffered so much with his awful, awful wife. And he lost his mom at like a critical moment in his and his wife's marriage. And his daughter doesn't care about him at all. She's a menace to society. He doesn't have any children that care about him. And every time he tried to produce an heir with Marianne, she didn't want it. She would not have it. And so she tried to have a son with somebody else and pass it off as his. And it didn't work because it's very obvious. So he's done. He is done with this society life. But somebody said that he might be really happy, raising like a ward or taking in an orphan or something. And I thought, well, who better than Christopher? He knows that Marianne is not going to love this kid. He knows that he won't have any sort of happiness with Marianne. If nothing else, she would turn him into someone just as evil as she is. And Henry doesn't want that. Henry doesn't want any more little Mariannes running around the world. No one like Molly. So, and legally, the baby is his. If Marianne wants to avoid any shame, she will just let him have the baby. And she doesn't care about anybody but herself. She only had the kid so that her son would be the heir. Like, it's not because she loves kids. She actually has the hates children trait. So it's not because she wants to be a mother or because she cares about this kid. She doesn't. So she's not going to fight for his custody. So Henry is just going to treat Christopher like his own. And they're going to live in their little brownstone townhouse with his old nanny, Amelia, as his cook and maid. And they're going to take Ruth with them, because Ruth is Christopher's nanny. And yeah, so that's the updates on that. They're going to have their chat, their little vent moment about Marianne, and then I'm going to move them out. I'm going to move them into their brownstone. Yeah, Peter's like, yeah, I knew she was going to be a problem from the beginning. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. That's everyone at Marianne, like always. I bet you missed my constant singing while I do this LP, huh? Let's see. Oh, Caroline just finished her book. She's going to be tired. Let's see. Let's calm him down. We'll calm down our brother. Oh, he wants to skate on a pond with his brother. It's cute. It's not going to happen, though. Whoa, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Listen, I know. It's not fair that our parents set you up with such a witch, and I'm so sorry. But listen, she's out of your life now. You don't have to deal with that anymore. You're going to admire your brother. Admire him for putting up with Marianne for as long. Okay, also, I feel like I need to explain myself. There's a couple of not family-friendly options. I have a mod installed, and I don't plan on using it in this challenge. If you must know, which I feel like I should, like, explain that. I have friends in the Outlander fandom, and Outlander is a very NSFW show. It's very adult theme. So we made Outlander Sims, me and my Outlander friends. And we wanted them to be NSFW Sims. And I probably should have uninstalled the mod before I started playing this challenge, and I will eventually. But I forgot. So, sorry. This is a family-friendly channel. Well, not family-friendly. I'm not saying anything terrible, but you've heard me cuss before, but I don't think I've ever said the F word or anything worse. And there has certainly never been any explicit themes, other than, like, a stripper. Lucy in the Double Life Challenge was, like, implied to be a stripper. But yeah, so ignore that. Pay no attention to that. Sorry. Anyway, he's gonna admire his brother. You're an incredible guy for putting up with that for so long. She doesn't deserve you. You deserve better. Asked to break up with Marianne. And you wish. It would be social suicide. So we're gonna admire. We're gonna express fondness for him. Tell your brother you love him. Give him a hug. He's like, "Aw, man, I love you too. Thanks for helping a brother out." Quite literally. Thanks for taking over my estate, because I don't want it anymore. All he did was be born first. He didn't ask to be born first. Uh-oh. Someone's got a rotten egg in their inventory. Who's that? Oh, don't be nauseous. Please don't do that. I'm not dealing with that. Cool, okay. So, also, Eliana, there are not enough bedrooms in this house. Even once I move Henry out, and Ruthie and Christopher, there are not enough bedrooms for everybody. So I've converted this little living room area, because there's a living room, welcome hallway sitting space out here. So I've converted this room into a little bedroom, and by little I mean big. She's got like a whole private suite up in here, and we'll probably move her into Cassandra's room once we get Cassandra married off, but for now she's in here, and I've put curtains over the door because it's glass. So Eliana deserves some privacy, but she also deserves a big old room. I was not about to shove her back in that attic that she was in her whole life. So yeah, okay, so they just hugged it out. These two, Caroline and Peter, are going to go to sleep. She wants to write 5 novels, learn the fishing skill. That's not very ladylike. You're not doing that. If I recall, there was something about Caroline, like, she had a romantic, yeah. She's what? Wait. Wait. Okay. So I forgot. She had a female romantic interest, and we decided to not blow up her marriage with Peter over that. But get this. She is related to the bastard child. Oh my god. Caroline's female lover is Christopher's biological aunt. So Christopher's biological father, that is his sister. Oh, and their father is Henry's boss at work. What in the incestuous bullshit? You simply cannot make this stuff up. Like, you literally can't make this up. This is insane. Oh, how sad is that? He just got a wish to become friends with his daughter because he doesn't have a relationship with her, because I bet he tried when she was little. I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure he did. Who is this kid? Why do you dislike this child so much? What the heck? Yeah, no, he has no relationship with his daughter, like, at all. It also looks like she just turned into an adult. She's been married for a hot second and hasn't produced a baby yet. Interesting. Not that that's any of my business. I'm not trying to play their household, but, interesting. I just wanted to point out the work dynamics we've got going on. So Peter and Henry both work in the business building, obviously. Henry is Peter's boss, which makes sense because he was born first and, like, he took over his father's position. Don Lothario is their coworker. Obviously, yes, the man who, that is the father of the bastard's father. But also, Maximus, who is Molly's husband, also works at the business place. So I guess they're both adults now. I think they were both teens for a hot second, but I guess they both aged up. So, and they still don't have a baby. Interesting. All of the Victorian busybody mothers, old ladies, they're all gossiping. What is I didn't watch Bridgerton. I watched the first episode and, like, stopped because I didn't care. I was bored. I was expecting, like, Outlander, and I was disappointed. I'm a period drama snob. I'm sorry, the costumes weren't accurate. But anyway, whoever the Julie Andrews character is, like, the woman who writes the letters, like, I feel like she's writing, like, a scandalous letter about how Molly hasn't produced an heir yet. Because they got married when they were 15 and now they're 18 and they still don't have a baby. Disgusting. You know, stupid stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to move him out. He has a wish to become friends with Molly. He also has a wish to hang out with Don, which is fun. They should. All of the husbands should hang out, especially since Cassandra is going to marry Arthur, which we will orchestrate that, I guess, in this episode. We'll invite Arthur over and have them get to know each other a little bit. So I will be right back. Alrighty then, it's the next morning, relatively. Cassandra's up extremely early. She's going to make her own bed, and then she's going to start a science fiction novel, because she has the wish to write a sci-fi novel. And her writing skill is pretty up there, much like her mother. Her mother is a writer. So I think it's fun that we've got writing running in the family. I enjoy that. Miss Clara is up and about. She is getting the laundry, cleaning up after everybody. What would we like to name our new sci-fi book? What makes a monster and what makes a man? Sing the bells, bells, bells. You get it. I was thinking, like, something like Frankenstein, but not. And I actually, I wrote a paper about Frankenstein in college, and I actually titled it What Makes a Monster and What Makes a Man, because it was about, like, if the monster being a monster was learned, like, if it was nature versus nurture or whatever. So I titled it this, and then I had to cite Alan Menken in my works cited page. So I just enjoy that, because Frankenstein is technically sci-fi. That is what it is. So I think, like, it's a Victorian, Edwardian, Regency sci-fi, depending on how you look at it. We did it in our not Regency, romantic. We did it in our romantic literature era, but it is debatably not I can't talk. It is debatably not romantic era, but I digress. Anyway, Cassandra's gonna write away. She wants to improve her writing skill and write a book worth at least $30 in royalties. Sure. Cool. All right, you go, Clara. When Ida wakes up, she is gonna, no, don't just, you are dumb. You are not joining the law enforcement career. Actually, speaking of Eliana, Miss Thing has a wish to join the medical career. And you know, it was acceptable for women to be nurses. And considering that Eliana has had to be taken care of for most of her life, I feel like maybe she really wants to take care of somebody else for once. And, you know, she's a little unwell. She's, you know, she's neurodivergent, but she's never been completely helpless. So, I don't know. I feel like I kind of want her to be a little nurse. I don't know. And she won't get very far. Like, she's an adult. She's going to be an elder in 36. Oh, actually, that's kind of a long time. But so we'll say she's like in her 40s. And, you know, whatever. And I'm not going to have her become a surgeon or anything. But I think having her work at the hospital, like being a nurse, would actually be really good for her because she hasn't done anything but like paint and be cooped up inside her entire life. So I think honest to God, I think I'm going to do it. When she wakes up, we're taking her to the hospital and she's going to enroll as a nurse. And the uniforms are obviously like the modern sim doctor uniforms that come, but I'll put her in like a little apron so she'll look like a Victorian nurse. I think that's really fun. I'm really excited for that. Yeah, Miss Ida. You clean. That's not Ida, that's Clara. I honestly don't know anything about these girls. I have not been around them at all. Well, she's a virtuoso. It's kind of a shame, considering she will never get to actually use that skill, because she's gonna just be a maid forever. When I see the servants still doing their job in their nightgown, I'm like that TikTok sound, that Squidward going, "And why aren't you in uniform?" Put on your darn uniform, miss. Okay. Anyway, so she's gonna make breakfast. She's making fruit parfait. Everybody likes parfait. And at some point, we're gonna have the Lotharios over so that Cassandra can start dating her cousin. All right, he is gonna enroll in homeschooling because these boys need to do that. God, that's so loud. Okay, make your bed. Make your brother's bed. Because your brother needs to enroll in school next. Ooh, she just submitted a few chapters of Hunchback of Notre... I mean, what? She received 14 simoleons. I'm very proud of her. He wants to play chess. Oh, I just deleted the honor roll wish. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, oopsies. Oh, why is there just a book on the floor? Thanks, Clara. Okay. Edward's old homework we can get rid of. No winter festival for you. Y'all would catch pneumonia or something in this weather. It is far too cold. Everyone, put on your clothes. You're gonna get up and you're gonna talk to your brother. Any interesting news? Daniel picked 4 eggs. Oh, that's right. I got Daniel up. I've got him taking care of stuff outside. He picked up the clean laundry on the clothesline, even though realistically it would have just frozen over. But he just got some eggs. He's feeding the chickens. He's going to feed the cows, milk the cows, because he doesn't really have a garden to take care of at the moment because everything is frozen over. She's going to clean that counter. Did you finish your parfait? Where's the parfait? I'm confused. Squirrel, where did you put breakfast? Hello? I'm confused. Is it in your... I guess we'll start over? Question mark? Caroline woke up this morning with the wish to flirt. So we're gonna have her flirt with her hubby. I think it's kind of crazy that she has this female lover. And if I'm remembering correctly, we had her like write love letters to her in the past. And it's definitely one of those like, and they were roommates situation. Like, like history will remember them as best friends. Like they just wrote these extremely passionate letters back and forth to one another. And in like 2015, some old white man historian is like, yes, and they were the author Caroline Clark was very best friends with Abigail Dorsey. And you're like, no, they were just gay. But we also decided that Caroline does love her husband and she wouldn't cheat on him. And they might not even they might not even realize what they're doing, because queerness was not something that was openly talked about back then. So they have these feelings for each other and just don't really know how to act on them. And so these passionate letters telling each other how much they care about each other is probably as far as they can go. You know what I mean? Y'all need to please put clothes on because it is almost time for brekkie. And I would truly appreciate if you would all have breakfast together. I love Edward's little outfit, his little plaid pants. I think they're so cute. The marriage between, ooh, they're gossiping about their uncle. The marriage between Henry Clark and Marianne Clark is on the rocks. They're not getting along so well at the moment. So sad. Very true, bestie. Very true. Ugh, look at him. He's so handsome. Look at you. What a little dork. But yeah, so there's all that. You cannot learn the guitar skill, my love. I'm so sorry. Oh, I found the first fruit parfait. Hold on. Hold the presses. Oh, do I not have that mod? The serving mod? Where did it go? Well, that kind of sucks. I don't know what happened to that. Anyway, let's all just come grab a bowl individually. Don't worry about it. Ooh, Cassandra improved her writing skill to level 6. Go off, girl boss. Oh, hello, Miss Outerwear. That is very inappropriate. Oh, look, they are all sitting at the same table. How nice. Okay, Daniel, your daughter is awake. I assume you have finished with the cows. Why don't you drink the milk that you just got? And then, hold Miss Sadie. Because we're going to want to feed her in the kitchen. Oh, a whole little family meal. It's really weird having this family in this house without, like, it's so weird. I'm so used to their old house, their little greenhouse, if you remember. And it's really weird not having Henry in this house. It's also weird that, like, so many of them have died. Like, how sad. We are, like, so, like, reduced from what we used to be. And yet, we have grown exponentially. Because so many people have had so many freaking kids. Oh, we got Edward choking there in the background. Classic. Oh, they're such a good-looking fam. All right, Clara's getting hungry, so I'm gonna have Daniel throw her some produce. Let's get all of the tomatoes in her inventory. Keep cleaning the house, please. And you know what, Ida, since you're not doing anything, you can help clean the house too. I'm gonna pop a tomato in Ida's inventory. Once they're done cleaning up all the laundry, they can do the laundry. That'll be nice. Is that Caroline doing her own dish? No. Oh, god damn it, Caroline with the dishes. Well, she did it, so can't really have her undo it, I guess. All right, Daniel, go take care of your wee lass. He had a wish to teach her to walk. No. Why are you going outside to do that? Stop. Stop it. Go in here, you fool. He had a wish to teach her to walk, so he's going to feed her and then teach her to walk and bond with his little girl a little bit, which is good because he doesn't have much else to do considering the garden is dead. You're not cleaning anything, sonny boy. You can use a telescope, though. Let's see. You and your brother can do your... Oh, you need to get your homework. That's right. That's right. It's a whole process when you're homeschooled. All right, let's see. Cassandra, my darling. Okay, she's a little stressed. 'Cause she was writing, so that was actually pretty stressful for her. You know what, Cassandra, whatever. Why don't you play chess with your dad? That'd be kind of sweet, huh? And then, once it hits a reasonable hour, we can invite over your betrothed cousin. Which is super normal and fun and fresh. All right. You, Caroline, I want you to write a love letter to Abigail. Because gay. I cannot help myself. Oh, there's no more option to clean the house. Great. The house is all clean. All right, you're gonna eat a tomato. I guess the house is clean, or as clean as it's gonna get. So that's great. That's fun and fresh. You, Miss, which one are you? Because no, that's Ida. Ida is the cook. Clara. Oh my god, they look exactly alike with their freaking caps. I'm losing my mind. All right, you eat that. Do laundry or no washing machine. Okay, okay. You need to move clothes to clothesline. Oh god, who knows how long that's been sitting there. You, my dear, actually, you can take a bath, because you deserve it. All right, you can use that. You can take a bath. All right, baby doll. Daddy is going to give you a bottle. Don't you worry. It's okay. Everything's okay. We're going to get to bottle, and then we're going to get your social all the way up, because Dad's going to teach you to walk. Oh, that music was Caroline writing the love letter. Did I miss it? Oh, no, I didn't. Look at this. Look at this love-struck idiot. Oh, damn it, I hit the M key. Anyway, so yeah, Caroline is a lovesick idiot. These two are really cute playing chess. I'm really enjoying this. It got her fun up just enough. I think I'm gonna have her do her homework with her brothers before she she's met him before, but before she has her first, I guess, date with her cousin, which is just so weird, but it's just so very Victorian of them. You know how it is. But yeah, so actually, I think I might have it all happen on the Lothario, in the Lothario household. I think I'm going to switch households for the next episode, just so that we're not lingering in one place for too long. And again, it's been a while, so I want to catch up with everybody. I need to see what the heck is up with Lucia and Isadora, and maybe try to get Isadora pregnant, or see what's up with Teresita, the new baby. Because I don't know. I don't really recall who she got pregnant with, and if she is now with him, like living in their house. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, okay. Don't look there. That is a sim not covered up with the mosaic thing, because of what I already explained. So I'll play through a little bit more. I'll get maybe her walking skill up a little bit. I'll let these three do their homework. I will send Eliana to the hospital because I want her to be a little nurse. There we go. That stained glass door is so pretty. God, I love The Sims 3. I honestly can't even picture myself playing Sims 4 right now, and I know we've got the Royal Legacy going on there. I'll get back to that eventually, I swear. But I left you guys hanging with this one for a really long time. So we're going to get back to this for a couple of episodes before I get into anything else. So, that being said, I'm going to play through. I'm going to get her her walk skill up a little bit. I'm going to have them finish their homework and submit it. We're going to have, everyone just kind of get their stuff done. Oh, they're so sweet. I feel so bad for this poor guy. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. It's true. Oh, yay. You're doing so good, Sadie girl. Oh my goodness. I love them. And they don't really get as much focus as I'd like them to. So I feel like Sadie is going to become a main character. I have no idea who Ida and Clara are. Ida, Clara, and Ruthie, like, they came later. I barely even remember Christian and Theodore's personalities at this point. It's been such a long time. You're lucky that I remember the basic gist. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for, I've seen a bunch of you have commented on my community tabs or on my videos, checking in, making sure I'm okay. And I saw them, but I didn't want to reply and get anybody's hopes up until I was actually going to return. But I really, really do appreciate you guys caring about my well-being. It really does mean a lot, especially since I've up and abandoned you guys. How have things been for you guys? How have your, quarantines been? I know we've been in and out of quarantine. Have any of you guys got the Rona? I avoided it for, 2 years, and then I got it in December, and it has ruined my health to this day. So we're trying to figure that out. Let me know what's up with that. I'm going to put my remaining patrons up on the screen, and then I'm going to go actually edit my Patreon benefits because, like I said, I got to scale back a little bit on that. It's not really fair to make people pay for stuff that I'm not putting out there. But screenshots, I will always have plenty of screenshots, and I think it is $1 a month for screenshots is fair enough. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't remember. Did I have an outro? Did I ever used to do an outro? I have no idea. But I'm going to play through, and we'll catch in with the Lotharios, and then we can update with Marigold and her mother, which was Anna. Anna was her mother. And yeah, stay tuned for cousins dating. Oh boy. This is Simmer Rose. Have a great day, guys.